Hey guys, Sublord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be continuing our looks at the Star Wars Black Series Bad Batch team with the Deluxe Wrecker. This, of course, brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro. Not so fine folks if you, I don't know, paid full price for this guy, $35, because he was a deluxe figure. I say was because he went on mad clearance at like Target and Ollie's for like $10, I think. And now he's being redone as a basic $25 release with some upgrades, maybe minor tweaks and things. So yeah, I feel great about that. But at any rate, I did get Echo for $10. Hey-oh! But that being said, it's time now that we run along, get into the meat and taters this review and take a look-see at all good old Wrecker has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with his helmet. Much like the others before him, it's a soft helmet, although his isn't as soft as the other two. That's what she said. He also comes with the Clone Commando Blaster here, with this big tab on the side. I wish on these backpacks here, he comes with a different backpack from the other guys. Still a keep peg though, love that. I wish this could peg in somewhere on the backpack. His, I don't know how it would, but Hunter had plenty of space for a little slot on his backpack. He just didn't have one. But whatever. Comes with that. It said he does come with a weapon you can store. This friggin' Bowie knife here. This thing is bad arse. I love this. Nice serrated edge there. And speaking of backpacks, why don't we bring in this bugger from yesterday or earlier, depending on what day of the week this goes up. Crosshair, you notice, does not have his backpack because it is right here. Because I noticed there is a peg hole for his sniper rifle on this backpack. I can just line it up. Goes in like that. I had no idea that was there. That is freaking crazy. Oh, hold the phone. He's got a big old slot on his backpack for his rifle, doesn't he? Does this just slide in here? Is this a big old giant slot for this to... What the heck? Well, I'll be a son of a monkey. Wow. I don't know what this peg hole's for now, but the freaking gun totally fits like that. I do not know what this peg hole is for. I guess that's just aesthetic, but, you know, learn something new every day, I guess. So there. Peg this on. Now that I look totally stupid, let's review this figure. Let me double check. Hunter does not have any freaking cool secret hidden weapon storage. That is lame. Really? Alright. Whatever. That's cool, I guess. But on to Wrecker here. Despite the fact that he's kind of a ripoff, at least now, he does kind of look like a jacked up version of David Draymond from Disturbed. You know, if he wore like, I don't know, Warhammer 40k looking armor and whatnot, because it does not look like Clone Trooper armor at all. It looks like some bulky Warhammer style stuff, and you know, nobody enunciates like good old David Draymond from Disturbed. You won't go like a bloodstained hurricane. All right. As far as articulation on this figure goes, this review is falling apart at the seams, man. He's got the double ball peg in the head, but it doesn't really do much because of the collar. You do get some tilt, you do get some up and down, you do get some rotation. As far as the helmet goes, or with the helmet goes, it is even more limited, whereas the other guys, not so much. Him, yes, very much so. He does not have a ton of range there. Unless you hold the collar down, then you get a little bit, but yeah, he is very much enclosed in there. Kind of reminds me, there was like a bulky stormtrooper, kind of like this too. As far as the shoulders go, he will rotate not all the way around because the armor hits. No, this side. Yeah, the armor is pretty much hitting. But you could probably get it if you monkeyed with it. If you monkeyed with it. They will go all the way up, though. And he does actually have freaking butterfly joint. So, ironically, the big guy, he's got butterfly joint. Granted, they don't move a ton, but he does have butterfly joints in there. And they do work. They're not stuck on mine. Which, that's the only downside with butterfly joints. A lot of times you can get stuck ones. I've had several, not just Black Series, but some Marvel Legends, G.I. Joes, and Power Rangers Lightning Collection, where the butterfly joints are freaking stuck and it's annoying as heck. Said he does have a single jointed elbow. Gets you more than 90. For a big guy, that's impressive. He's got swivel there, and then he's got a swivel and a hinge in the wrist. That's cool. As far as his torso goes, he gets a little bit of forward, a little bit of back, a little bit of tilt side to side, and rotation. Oh, he's got the clicky joint. The other ones didn't have that. Hips, thankfully he's not hindered by the clone armor, so he don't gotta turn his thigh to get his hip up all the way. Maybe a smidge, you get a little more, but not enough. Splits, he can't really do the splits, but he does them better than some Spider-Man figures. He's got a thigh cut. As I mentioned, he's got a swivel at the knee, as well as a hinge at the knee. His knee pad going, you know, being attached to the top doesn't look as bad because he's a bigger dude, but it should still be attached down here. And then he does have a hinge in the foot with a rocker. Not the tightest joints on this guy, unfortunately, but they're not like mad loose or anything. I mean, what am I going to do? I have him standing on the shelf for the most part. So, pegging his backpack in. His backpack's not the tightest fit either, but he does have like a rubber piece kind of blocking it. And then we can give him his knife. It's big arse Bowie knife. This thing is awesome. I love this knife. I wish Marvel Legends came with knives that cool. And I think he's got a skull on his helmet, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, he's easily one of my favorites from this team. But we'll have to discuss that later date, because it is time now for us to move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here's good old Wrecker alongside a couple other members of the Bad Batch team we'll be taking a look at on the channel this week. We have Tech, the quote-unquote Donatello of the Bad Batch team. At least that's what I've heard through the grapevine. As well as Echo. And truth be told, these are probably my top 3 favorite characters from Bad Batch, because I love good Bruiser, I love a tech guy, like Tech there, and you can't go wrong with a decaying cyborg like Echo, can you? That said, these guys scale quite nicely together. Wrecker's a deluxe figure, and just a chunkier character altogether. That's why he's so large and in charge. But getting them out of here, so we could make way for our 2 regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith, who was not off-screen like a mofo today. As well as the infamous 11 Spawn, who's almost always off-screen, but for different reasons. And yeah, even though Wrecker is a big bruiser, he's still no match for good old Al Simmons here, who, as usual, towers over everyone. Forgot I was going to say that, didn't ya? I had you all fooled. That said, before I continue with more tomfoolery, time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and while I do quite like good old Wrecker here, he is probably one of my favorite members of the Bad Batch due to his very Warhammer Space Marine aesthetic with the very bulky clone armor he's got going on here. I do have to say that I think it is kind of sucky that the not-so-fine folks over at Hasbro, at least in this case, are reissuing him or releasing a newer version of him, I should say, at a lower price point when this one was a deluxe figure that cost $35 instead of $25. That said, they did kind of sort of do the same thing with General Grievous when they did that Tarkovsky miniseries Walmart exclusive wave. They priced Grievous at $27.99 instead of the $34.99 he was originally. So it's not like they haven't done it before, but it is kind of sucky that they're doing it again. That said, hopefully they don't do that for Darth Malgus or Black Chrysanthemum, right? They probably will. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.